Someone you love is gone. The body is still there, but the person has vanished, and you have no idea what to do next. That feeling, that frozen, helpless, confusing moment, is one of the most human experiences that exists. But here is what nobody tells you. The rituals you perform, the flowers, the black clothes, the quiet room, the funeral, the burial, none of that is modern. None of it is civilized. None of it was invented by any culture you can name. It is ancient. It is wired into you. And the real story of how your ancestors handled death is far stranger, far more complex, and far more moving than anything you were ever taught. Death did not always look the way it looks now. For most of human history, there was no hospital, no morgue, no death certificate, no funeral home with soft lighting and a man in a dark suit asking about casket options. There was just a body, and the people who loved it, and an overwhelming primal need to do something. Your ancestors felt that need before language existed to name it, before religion existed to explain it, before civilization existed to organize it. The urge to care for the dead is not a cultural invention. It is biological. It is deep. And the evidence for it stretches back further than almost any other human behavior we have found. In 2015, a team of researchers led by Lee Berger at the University of the Witwatersrand in South Africa discovered something that rewrote the textbooks. Deep inside the Rising Star Cave system, they found a chamber. Filling that chamber were the fossilized remains of at least 15 individuals of a species called Homo Naledi, a species with a brain roughly one-third the size of yours, a species that predates modern humans by hundreds of thousands of years. They did not fall in. The geology makes that clear. They were placed there, deliberately, repeatedly. The chamber is nearly impossible to reach. Researchers had to squeeze through a passage barely 20 centimeters wide to access it. Whoever carried those bodies in did so with effort, with intention, with something that looks almost unbearably like care. Your ancestors were burying their dead before they could read, before they could write, before they could farm or build cities or develop philosophy. The impulse came first. Everything else came after. But burial is only one piece of this story. Go back roughly 100,000 years. You are in a cave in what is now Israel, at a site called Kafze. Anthropologists uncovering this site found something that stopped them cold: a child's skeleton, laid carefully on its back, and placed across its arms like a final gift were the antlers of a red deer. Nobody told this ancient person to do that. No priest instructed them. No book described the ritual. They did it because something inside them demanded it. Something inside them understood that this child had mattered, that the moment deserved more than silence. That impulse is still inside you. You feel it when you leave flowers at a grave. You feel it when you frame a photograph and put it on a mantle. You feel it when you tell a story about someone at their funeral and the room laughs through tears. You are not performing a ritual. You are obeying something ancient. But here is where the story gets complicated. Your ancestors did not only bury their dead. In many times and many places, they did something you would find deeply uncomfortable to witness. They kept the dead close, not metaphorically, physically. Archaeologist Paul Pettitt, in his foundational work on mortuary behavior in early human populations, describes a pattern he calls curation of the dead. In multiple prehistoric sites across Europe, bones were found not buried in the ground but handled, passed around, kept. Skulls were cleaned and maintained. Leg bones were placed in living spaces alongside tools and food. The dead were not separated from the living, they were incorporated into daily life. For your ancestors, a body was not a problem to be disposed of, it was a presence to be maintained. This feels alien to you. It might even disturb you. But consider what it reveals. Your ancestors were not more primitive in their grief. They were possibly more honest about it. They did not move the dead away because they were afraid of them. They kept the dead close because they were not ready to let go. You probably understand that feeling better than you want to admit. Grief has a physical dimension that modern culture tends to hide from you. When someone you love dies, your body behaves as if a threat is present. Your nervous system scans. Your sleep breaks apart. You reach for your phone to call them before you remember. You turn to say something and they are not there. Your brain, according to neuroscientist Mary Frances O'Connor, author of The Grieving Brain, does not immediately accept the permanence of a death. It searches. It tries to locate the missing person the way it would try to locate your keys,